Hey everybody, Tiki Money down here in the basement office on a very cold Wisconsin day to talk a little bit more about K-legality in the United States, why it works so well in Japan, and why it really doesn't work so well here. We've talked about cars, we've talked about safety. Now, what are the incentives that make it work so well in Japan? Well, a lot of them involve taxes and registrations and fees. Because in Japan, if you want to buy a full-size car, not only are you going to pay hefty amounts in both vehicle inspection and road taxes, but you're also going to have an inspection from your local municipality and or law enforcement department to make sure that your driveway, parking space, and or place where you park your car, not only do you own that, but is large enough to suit your vehicle. And they are going to measure this down to the centimeter. So if even a slight little bit of that car is hanging over or even close to the line, the local law enforcement department is going to say, no, you may not own this car without penalty. So, why K-cars? K-cars can be owned without that, especially in an urban area like Tokyo, Yokohama, Osaka, where parking is at an absolute premium. You're going to want something smaller to avoid that extra road tax that you would normally be paying. You're going to avoid the inspection of your property to make sure that you can fit a car there. As long as you own a K car, you're exempt to a lot of that just because that's one of the benefits of having a limited vehicle like a K car is. Now, if you've done research on what a K car is, remember they can't be taller, wider, or longer than a certain size. I'm going to put that on the screen. They cannot be more than a certain weight. They can't have an engine displacement larger than 660cc. They can't seat more than 4 people. So if you have a family of 5, suddenly a K car doesn't work for you anymore. But that being said, an average Japanese family is 3 or 4. That absolutely works for them. So if you want to own a vehicle without having your parking spaces inspected, if you want to save money on taxes and inspection, then the K car is 100% right for you. And it's one of the things that we do not do in this country, which is give people a tax benefit for owning a smaller car. Sure, we've had EV credits and whatnot, but never smaller car ownership. And I think that if we start talking about that and how to save money by having a smaller car, then and only then are we going to start having that conversation in a serious way about whether or not K cars are going to succeed in the United States being manufactured here. So, save money, save taxes, get a K car.